Welcome back to Minish Cap. Today we're falling in a hole. And what's this? Magic lily pad.
Zelda dumbass.
Fuck you.
Oh man.
Guy over there. Dwarf.
Another thing I love about this era of games was that lily pad sprite is not supposed to be that big.
Yeah, it is.
It's obviously resizing and upsizing to show distance, you know?
No,
And
it's supposed to be this big because we're shrunk down, Alex. Remember, we're Minish.
I mean,
so that's why it's so big. Oh, the sprite.
Yeah, the sprite for the lily pad's been obviously stretched and skewed.
Also, I totally forgot here that I need a key, and then I fell in the water, and I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh, he was a drowning animation. I totally forgot about
nice.
that.
Capcom did a good job with this.
Yes,
I don't know if they
did.
I don't know if they did the sprite work, but it kind of reminds me of their old sprite work, you know? The good ones.
As I said before, they did a good job with all of the games they've done. For the most part, the Oracle games look great. Link's Awakening, when not played on the Game Boy, looks great. When you play it on the Game Boy Color, that's when it looks the best.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like the black and white, but
I think the color of I really like the coloring on Oracle of Ages and Seasons.
yes.
It has a really nice warm feeling to it.
Also, in Link's Awakening, they added a special dungeon for playing that on the Game Boy Color. And also,
nice.
last episode, I'm sure you probably noticed, I totally forgot to get this chest. So, I went back and got it, since I knew we were coming back to this room.
Oh, thank goodness.
Compass, you needed it.
Yeah,
Only thing worse than a compass is a mimic.
I think I'd rather have the Mimic, because at least then I get a reward out of fighting it.
You could die. It's not a guarantee that you win.
Yeah, it depends on, what kind of mimics we talking about. Like Dark Souls Mimic, because you'd totally die from that.
Not always.
If you get automatically eaten, yeah.
No, they punch you in the fucking space.
Not the way I build my character. I really like the Kid Icarus Uprising mimic, in which it has legs and it just does a fucking it does a Chun-Li special on you.
Yeah. What's with mimics having shapy legs in video games? That needs the question needs to be answered.
Because the mimics want to be dumb thick. Don't be dissing the mimics.
I think it has the same principle as I think it has the same principle as the leg creatures in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Where just it makes you comfortable. I'm sorry, it makes you comfortable. Yes.
It makes you comfortable.
It makes you uncomfortable.
I'm glad you feel that way, Alex. Also, I know this is dumb to complain about, but could you stop the clickety-clacky? It's kind of unprofessional.
I'm sorry, I'm really trying not to clickety-clacky. I had a mechanical keyboard before
It's
this,
cool.
and it was the clickety-clacketiest.
It's cool.
Be
I'm
professional
trying to
like
focus.
me.
No, I really don't care. Because it's probably not going to be that loud, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no
and
worries.
it's not like this needs to be even professional in the first place.
Yeah, it's always good to have that nice. It's always nice to have that good front-facing appearance. However, this is episode 3. They're in.
Episode
They're in
5.
Oh, I remember this walking
Alex,
really
this is
cool.
episode 5. Also, I love
The idea behind this. Oh, go ahead.
I love the mechanic of being shrunk down so normal enemies are fucking huge
Mm-hmm.
and used in boss fights. It's really good.
It's a Dynamax green chew. Nobody. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't get it.
Yeah, neither do I.
Also,
I can't
he's a
believe
bounty boy.
I can't believe they redid all the animations and the models for all the characters in this game. They must have a ton of money. They must have had to do a lot of crunch.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, that's where I was going with it.
So basically,
Jesus
the
Christ,
strategy for this boss is just extra suck, and then he falls.
You'll suck.
Pretty easy.
I would love to have this guy as like an emote in the Discord and actually have him animated, and just have him like slamming his head around. That'd be really fun.
Yes,
That'd be
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Then on phase...
Sprites make...
On, sorry to interrupt. On cycle 3, he starts doing this annoying jump attack, but super easy to dodge. And back to suck.
Yeah. What this reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
Dark Souls.
God fucking damn it.
I'm not even
Why?
going to take that
Why?
any further. I've said everything I needed to say on that thing. We got that out of the way. We got our obligatory Dark Souls reference out of the way. Oh, I love this animation. I love that animation too. It's the red fire from Wind Waker.
It is. It's like all of the explosions in this are just from fucking Wind Waker. It's awesome. And we got our first MacGuffin. The
Is that a
Earth
name or just called MacGuffin?
It'd be funny if it's just like
Earth,
you got
Earth element. There we go.
You got arsenic. He just falls over. Uranium.
It's plumbing got you down, Alex. Got that uranium fever. It's spreading all around.
All around. Man, having that song being played over some of the worst scenes from HBO's Chernobyl is really unsettling.
Do they do that?
I saw somebody put that up on Twitter.
Oh, okay. That's
Somebody
amazing.
Somebody has uranium fever playing over someone's like skin melting off of their body.
Oh my gosh, that's horrific.
Zelda, Minish calf, happy, woo!
Anyway, we got the element, so we're going back to the Elder.
I love his just head like what? Huh?
Yeah.
Like the elders.
He
like
lived? I thought he's died.
I just
twitching.
noticed, is that like a giant sewing needle?
That's a
In
giant
his hand?
sewing
That's
needle.
a giant.
Oh,
How have I never seen that?
this fucking hero Tales of Despero shit is amazing. And then you have your stones in the background.
I didn't see that either. Wow. God, I'm glad we did this.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man. Something I was thinking about I think Plague brought this up in one of his videos is like when you take a story.
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. Also, this Zelda's also the best because of what we get super early in the game. This dude, he hooks us up. He is the OG. We get fucking bombs super early, and I love that.
Nice.
I don't know why, it just tickles my fancy, because I love exploding things. But anyway, what were you going to say about...
bag?
What were you going to say about Plague and storytelling?
Sorry, you got a bomb bag, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that Plague brought up in one of his Dark Souls videos is the idea
Plague
of...
Brights, for those who don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
we were talking
yes.
about Plague of Grapes.
We're going to be quoting a lot of other people because we've kind of been raised by YouTube. Our parents have been... Anyways.
That's untrue.
It's
we
not
were,
true
we
at
were
all.
raised on the internet, but not by YouTube. Honestly, I didn't get YouTube until I was like 16.
That one guy is a bit weird. He was raised by Dailymotion.
Also, as you can see, I totally forgot what buttons I mapped my controller to. I fixed it for the next episodes and made it the Wii U pad setup.
Okay.
So now it should be fine, and I've been playing a lot of Wii U Zelda, so...
It works. Okay, so what I was going to say is something that Plague brought up about storytelling in his video. Good job.
Totally fucking whiffed that. This I almost whiffed too. Luckily I made that.
Man, what if I just kept that going until like the last episode is like me trying to quote Plague on something, but I just keep getting cut off in increasingly unique ways. Like I just drop out of the call, eventually like my power goes out, just like
your internet dies.
Just hear a
Discord just
gunshot.
crashes.
You just hear a gunshot and like a shatter as I fall through my desk. No, but something Plague brought up is like, okay, cool. Something that Plague brought up is the idea that when you're making a movie, right? When you're making a fantasy story, you can leave bits and pieces missing in like a movie, but a lot of the time, if you don't explain that lore properly, it gets frustrating for the viewer. Because if that ties into the plot, it can be really annoying. However,
Yes.
since the burden of tension in a video game is on the gameplay mechanics, so like, the tension that would be created otherwise by a good story is recreated through difficulty in a game like this, or like even Dark Souls. So ultimately, you don't got to worry about your background lore making that much sense. So what you can do is just rip out bits and pieces and let the player take an active role into like headcanoning the environment for themselves.
Yes.
And that's another thing that lore kind of ruins, and why I get so frustrated when games that aren't connected are kind of forced to connect by fans or by retroactively forced to connect to each other.
Yeah.
Because it kind of takes away a personal experience. Like, that was my thing with Nier. When I first played Nier, I had no idea what Drakengard, like, I had no idea what those games were about. So what happened was I was actively filling in blanks for myself when I asked myself, why is it this way?
Yep.
The biggest example being the village out in the desert, which is built inside of a giant sinkhole. And the reasoning behind the rules and why that village has so many rules, so it's a village with like 1 billion different rules that all get applied by the villagers, and they all stick to it. Things as crazy as you must wear a mask if you're in this part of town, you must ride the gondola this way instead of that way. A lot of stupid, archaic rules.
Yeah.
The reason I headcanoned why there were rules like that is because you're inside of a fucking sinkhole.
Yep.
If you don't have 1 billion rules, your town is screwed. So over time, a culture of just obeying 1 million rules just became a thing, you know?
Yep.
And there's going to be lore. There's likely lore that replaces that in my mind, which is why I kind of stay away from Drakengard lore. But yeah.
So now we're learning about Kinstone Pieces, which are another collectible. And you get different items from doing it, like heart pieces and other treasures, rupees, etc.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And before we close out and finish this episode, I will off-screen grind because I'm going to need at least 100 rupees. And I'm going to get some Kinstone Pieces as well. So, with that, I bid you all adieu. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.
Goku didn't show up.